All right, well, peace, peace, peace. First and foremost, man, hopefully the Most High in your house shall bless you on day. By His mercies, you aren't consumed. We're alive in the Most High in your house shall body into a naturally alive, man. I want to get into this, man, because I had this written down the other day, but also, too, because really, man, this is crazy. It's all of the Lord, but, but shout out to the brother Kwame calling Shalaman, man, because I was just thinking about this, right? Because Nori, even this, because I was just thinking about this, and I was like, no, looking at in that spiritual aspect, man. Why Paul says what he says in Philippians, man. Because I remember Nori did an interview after X, passed away, or after I think he was talking about. He referenced this interview, I think, but when DMX passed away, and this like this we like especially us brothers and sisters, even the word we had to look at in that aspect as well, because in this aspect he told Nori said in the interview how he said, man, I remember talking to DMX, and this was the interview he was talking about, like how DMX doesn't even talk about whack rappers anymore, like non-talented, like whack or rappers, which is pretty much why the rap is in the condition where it is. But that's another story for another day. But it's a lot of that going on. But even in this clip we about to play, he said, listen, but there even in the broader aspect of that, there's a family or something that gets saved, like a brother, or a Jake, that's in the rap game. He can employ some of his family members, some of his friends, some of his loved ones with that. I mean, now granted, of course, the stuff that they pushing is bad, but in this aspect, it is helping some families. And we're saying that to say that same with the aspect, because the two, like the brother Shalaman and Kwame calling Shalaman said yesterday, man, because honestly, man, that's why here, a lot of times here we kind of don't talk about it, and other brothers as well, got other brothers as well, that I know, or that I watch, man. Because you realize, man, it's rather about the people, our people, their souls being saved, rather than going at as some type of gossip or content, some Wendy Williams, Ricky Lake type of drama type of stuff, back and forth, world star type of stuff. No, man, because that's why me personally, I don't talk about different camps, whether it's One West or One West camps or anything derived from that, or different churches or congregations, even outside of the Christianity, Jehovah's Witnesses, the Pentecostal, Mormons, Baptists. Because sometimes we address them on here. Sometimes certain things they might have said or certain teachings. Yeah, but that's really not. It's really how can we save our brothers and sisters out here, man? How can we one? And that's what the gospel, and the witness and testimony, New Covenant is about. It's not about because honestly, man, I even before that, man, it's just not about constant back and forth and even though even outside the word, man, this is the problem with with even people in content creators on the internet, in the internet sphere, to say, man, too much if you're really that talented at what you do, it's going to speak for itself. Just even the word is going to speak to itself. The house I said, my sheep hear my voice, so that's going to speak for itself. But when you constantly gotta make videos in the word, even in the word, slandering people, talking about people, what this this congregation, this camp, this what you call them, or even not that, even the brother or what this sector people is talking about over here, or this people, or it's focused on attacking Christianity or Jehovah or stuff like that. That's really not the people's faith aren't getting increased by that. Come on, you gotta get down, spirit. God love you, girl, but you gotta get down. But yeah, that's not getting increased by that. We it's rather better that we try to, Isaiah 49:5 says, lead people back to the Most High in your house, man. Let's hold on. Let's grab that real quick. Come on, girl, you gotta move, girl. I love you, but you gotta move. Isaiah 49:5, it says, and now saith the Lord that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. Though Israel be not gathered, yet I shall be glorious in the eyes of the Lord, and my God shall be my strength. So yeah, exactly. That's Eli, the book of Eli. Eli, my power, my power. That's what Yahweh said on the stake. And also too, that's the same thing he said to Jeremiah, before the womb I formed you in the belly. Kind of saying the same thing. But very much, man, it's about bringing people back to the Most High Yahweh, man. The faith being increased, because a lot of times too. But you know what? As it was prophesied, Yahweh said in the book, in the word said, man, man, the gospel wouldn't be as popular, the witness, the new covenant, the testimony, because you can't boast in that, man, because it's all about the Most High Yahushua getting esteem and our faith growing in them. Like, honestly, like, that's just is what it is. But when a lot of times too in the spiritual fear, like whether people in the word, in the knowledge, like or even in the other spiritual fear, man, people want to think it's their. If people think it's like it's them that's going to be do the same their works that they do, or like it's about them, like rather than the Most High Yahushua, and whatever aspect people may try to make it about them, like and that's what it is, man. But pretty much, man, it's kind of like in the spiritual sense, man. DMX, man, X is saying something like what Paul's saying, man. I was like, because it don't even matter. Like, even if it don't matter, like, because, I came in the conventional way. A lot of y'all brothers and sisters came into this word the conventional way. So, and listen, we the people of the book, we're the Israelites. The law, statutes, commandments, things of that nature. So yeah, but or even some people, brothers and sisters came through the One West type of thing, or another church or congregation, or even our brothers and sisters in Christianity, Joe, whatever, man. Like that's really, we're supposed to be going back to the Most High Yahushua, man, to them. But but even in that, man, Paul says, listen, like because there's some to teach like that because essentially we see this a lot of times in the word that debate all day. It's preached Yahushua of contention, stuff like that. But Paul says at the end of the day, like as long as Yahushua is being preached and they're getting the name is getting out there, that's just it. Now, well, people come to the Most High Yahushua with understanding, the gospel, witness, the testimony, the new covenant. That's up to the Most High Yahushua. But as long as it's about Yahweh, it's pretty much it's bigger than us, man. But we're going to watch this clip of X, man. He's kind of saying this in the rap world, pretty much in that type of world, in the music and the rap world. But it's pretty much spiritually kind of saying the same thing like Paul's saying in the spiritual aspect.
One rapper, right, that has a hit record, whatever, then he's gonna employ 5 of his friends, and
so you see the positive side of that,
right? There's at least 7 people from the hood.
Enough for that.
That's like they don't have to worry about hustling or doing whatever, or stealing, or there's at least that many people that's removed from the struggle. Right. So it's a blessing. I look at it like God did that for them. God did that for them, whether they recognize it or not. It don't matter. But they're in a better place.
That's key too, man. A lot of people don't realize that, man. Like people think they got things on their own, man. Now, don't get twisted. Yeah, the Most High Yahushua can give you things like that Romans 1 to your own destruction, but two, people don't realize. But that's where that Matthew 5:45 comes in. Most High Yahushua makes the sun even shine on the just and the unjust, man. So that's what it is. That's why we always say what? By His mercies we aren't consumed each and each day. So, yeah. Even back in Genesis, right, when it says, one people shall be stronger than other people, man. That's the Most High Yahushua's mercy on His people. Because that's how I even know, even though, we are the people, because, what people can go through, what we going through, and still be here, man. But see, that's not even our own merit. That's by the Most High Yahushua's merit, man, by the mercies. Even to those that through our history, even to this day, that don't believe. So, that's just what it is, though. But, yeah.
And they're able to help others and they inspire people. So that's why if you're successful, then cool. I mean, I don't want to take over the whole market. Right. I don't want to take over the whole market.
And that was well said, man. So that's kind of what Paul's saying right here, man. In Philippians chapter 1, verse 16, real quick, man. Because in his world, he's saying that. I remember that was Drink Champs 2016. I remember watching that episode. And that's almost a decade ago, man. But yeah, rest in peace to DMX too, man. And also too, Nori said that episode did a lot of that's kind of what put them on the map a little bit. They did a lot for the show Drink Champs. But I don't know, I still watch it here and there, but it kind of fell off a little bit. But yeah, I think that was the best era, the best times on Drink Champs. But let me get back to the point though. But yeah, man. Let's get this too, because that's what X pretty much is saying, man. In his world, in the rap, in the hip hop world, in the rap world, it's the same thing spiritually like this, man. As long as Yahushua is getting preached, even if it's not the most best or the most lucrative teaching for the soul, honestly, the Most High Yahushua will eventually use that to bring them to the witness, testimony, gospel, new covenant to them, man. So that's just what it is, man. Because He did it. I can say He did it for me. Some of y'all brothers and sisters, He did it for. Even because we got certain brothers they just came through the witness. Shout out to brother sent me firstborn. That's how he said he came in. He said, listen, he just came through like the Most High Yahshua led him exactly just to the gospel. We got other brothers like like I don't mean name drop their names, but they'll even say it. I'm sorry, brothers. Please forgive me for saying it, but brothers like Kwame Call Shalamah and brothers Aka War. These were brothers that they testified they were in the different camps. They were in different camps or things in nature or congregation or whatever. But they were in camps. But then the Most High Yahshua eventually led them to the gospel and testimony in the new covenant, man. So same thing, well, even though I wasn't, but he just led me. I came in conventional way, like we talked about earlier. But then eventually, man, it's kind of led me to this. Yeah, I'm trying to still grow in it, but let me just get into this here. It says, let's get Philippians chapter 1 verse 15. It says, some indeed preach Christ even of envy and strife, some of goodwill. The one preached Christ of contention, and not sincerely, and supposing to add affliction to my bonds. But the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel. Verse 18. What then? Notwithstanding every way, whether it be pretense or in truth, Christ is preacher, Mashiach is preach. And therein I do rejoice, yea, and will rejoice. So you see, it's not of about the other factors, man. It's about the Yahushua, the Most High Yahushua getting praise and esteem and preach, man. Whether it's done sincerely and truth or not, man. Or if it's of the deceit, that really, because you realize knowing the Most High Yahushua like we do, knowing our God, it's like, okay, he's eventually going to deal with them. It's not even about them. It's about the name. That's why even shout out to brother send me first for saying this too, is a lot of times too, because even if somebody does like we seen it with Acts 19 with vagabond Jews, even if somebody does signs and miracles and wonders or heal somebody, man, it's that doesn't mean all the time that the Most High Yahushua is with that person, because it's about the name of the Most High Yahushua, man. That's what's going to heal, the word. And what does that name entail? Like what? Exodus 34:6, Numbers 14:18, Jeremiah 9:24. That what's and listen to those names. That's what's going to heal that person, man. So pretty much, man, that's what it is. Kind of like what X saying. It's kind of like that in the spiritual sense, man. It's about it's about whether it's you rejoice or whatever. It doesn't even matter, man. That's why because I still run across sometimes different brothers in camps, so all that with the nature, man. Just listen, we still keep it brotherly, because that's what it's about. Even if I might not agree with most of the stuff that they believe or teach or whatever, or different camps, congregations, or not just brothers in camps, or different camps and congregations or churches. Sometimes people in Christianity, our brothers and sisters in Christianity, Jehovah's Witness. I talk to my dad and stepmom all the time, or Mormons, Pentecostals, even sometimes they other nations that are these or heathens of these other denominations, man. It's about the word at the end of the day, that's what it's about. So yeah, man, this is about the Most High Yahushua can esteem and praise, and you can't underestimate anybody. This is the thing in life and journey. We can't underestimate anybody. You can't assume anybody doesn't know anything. Just like Yahushua said, judge not according to appearance, man. So that's just what it is, man. But that's just is what it is, man. But always, man, it's really just about the Most High Yahushua getting praise and esteem, man. So yeah, man, I just wanted to talk about this, because shout out to brother Kwame Call Shalamah, because they kind of talked about this yesterday in the camp in the video. So and I had just written down earlier in the week, so I'm like, no, this is the perfect time to talk about it. So anyway, so peace.